so good to be home.
Yeah. Now, the only thing missing is the pitter-patter of Robin's not-so-tiny little feet.
Oh, dear. Well,
Come here.
that'll be happening soon. I called Philomena from the airport, and she's picking her up from Bobby's.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
This is a whole new beginning for us.
Yes.
How do you feel about going back to the office?
Oh, yeah. It's like I'm not going to have any choice.
Well, after a few days, it'll just seem like you've never been away.
Mm-hmm. It'll be the same for you, too.
Not quite. It'll be a little different. I have to become my parole officer, of course, but I don't have any choice about that. I'm not complaining. Our prison was never like this.
No looking back on that, right?
No looking back on Loli either. Never a pact.
Well, oh, there!
Hey! Hey! How you doing?
Look, how wonderful!
How are you?
No. Hey, Bambina, don't forget what you brought your mommy and Duke, eh?
Oh, what?
The Valentine.
Oh, my
Valentine's.
Mommy, it went from
Look at this.
Well,
wait,
thank you.
Valentine's. I cooked up a special love potion to make me irresistible to you.
This is beautiful. Thank you.
That reminds me. I wonder how Frisco is doing with his search for Lucy Coe. Today is D-Day. It'll be so good to be home.
We're a family again, aren't we?
The nearest possible thing, yes.
When are we going to be a real family? Soon?
Very soon.
Just like you promised. And you said you and Uncle Duke would get married right when he got out of jail.
Well, well, is the Bambina giving you orders already?
Yes, as usual.
Yes, well, it makes us feel quite at home.
Definitely.
Well, you could get married tomorrow if you want.
Oh.
I think it's time we talked about this, Anna. There are some things I have to say to both you and Robin.
Oh, well, I think I'm going into the kitchen.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make a nice big breakfast for everybody.
That'd
eh?
be great, thank
All right?
you.
How about if I make a nice big omelet with everything in it, eh?
Great.
Yes.
Some green peppers, some black
Sausage.
peppers, and onions, and oh, I am hungry already.
Are you going to talk about the wedding?
Yes, Robin. Now, there's nothing I would like better than to get married to your mother, and all straight away. But unfortunately, it's not as simple as that.
Why not?
Well, now you remember I told you I did some bad things, some things that I'm sorry for now.
I remember.
And some of the things I did, well, they were against the law, and that's why I went to jail.
But that's all over now. You're free.
Well, not completely. You see, I have to pay for the bad things I did. It's not enough that I spent some time in prison.
I don't understand.
Well, the judge has ordered me to pay $100,000 for what I did.
Does the judge get the money?
No, darling. The city of Port Charles gets it to help with the upkeep.
That's right, Robin. I've got to repay the city for the things that I, along with the bad friends of mine, for the things that we tried to do. Now, I won't feel free to marry your mother until I've repaid that debt. Your mother understands. Don't you, Anna?
Excuse me. Hello?
Oh, Ann, I'm glad you're home. It's Frisco. Jake and I are in Nashville.
Nashville?
Yeah, we're hot on the trail of Lucy Coe and her accomplice. We also know for a fact that Terry and Patrick are down here.
You found Terry and Patrick?
No, not yet. But we'll catch up to them before Lucy does. I promise you that. I'm working very closely with the Nashville police here.
Frisco, you know what day it is today.
I don't need reminding. I know we're running out of time, but we're very well organized down here. Jake and I have been checking all the hotels for Terry and Patrick and keeping our eye open for Lucy and her accomplice at the same time. I promise you, never the twain shall meet. You know what I mean?
Okay, you keep in touch. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Darling, come on, sit down, please. Turn around, sit down. Sit down.
I don't think we're going to have to talk to that parole officer.
Just leave it alone, darling, all right? Leave it alone.
Of course.
Oh, I'm sorry, sweetheart. I didn't mean to say that. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's not that.
Yeah.
What is it then? Why are you so upset?
Oh, because you're not getting married right away.
And that bothers you?
Well, I don't want you to have to wait to get married, and I know that you love Uncle Duke very much, and I feel sad for you.
Okay.
Oh, sweetheart. I see.
Why can't we help Uncle Duke pay the money back?
Well, it's not really that. I mean, if we could afford it, he wouldn't take the money from us anyway.
How can Uncle Duke get all that money to pay it back?
Of course. Yeah.
He'll find a way, I'm sure, sweetheart, okay? Find a way.
Okay.
Yes.
Give me a
Yes.
hug. Oh.
Okay. I'll be there.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, that was a mammoth conversation.
Yeah. If I have to have a parole officer, well, I'm glad it's him. He's a very kind man. He can't talk, though.
You're a very wonderful client.
Client?
Well, you know.
You're putting a wonderful face on this.
Breakfast is ready, everybody.
Oh, good. I'm ravenous.
You go on ahead. I want to speak to Captain Lewis about that phone call from Frisco and Nashville.
Okay.
Come on, darling.
I'll save some for you.
Go and eat the omelette
Come
with
on,
sausages and goodness knows what else.
You're very quiet over breakfast.
Was I?
Yeah, you hardly said a word.
I'm worried about us. About you. How on earth are you going to make that money to repay? I mean, can't you let me help you?
I can handle it, Anna.
$100,000.
I have a plan. There was plenty of time when I was sitting in prison to think about it.
Okay, what's the plan?
Why don't you sit down, I'll tell you. Now, first of all, I still have a partnership in the club, okay?
Yeah.
That's a very successful business. It's an ongoing business. The Bronstone family have run it very, very well. And if Terry and Frisco continue to sing there, well, they'll keep it in the public eye.
So that's what you're banking on mainly then, is the club?
Yeah, but of course I'm not just going to sit back and let my Bronstone friends run my business for me. I intend to help as much as I can to increase the profits for everyone, well, myself included.
That's good.
Yeah, unless it backfires.
What do you mean?
Well, it's a catch-22. I mean, it might turn out that the club would run better without my showing my face. You know, I may put the public off.
Darling.
What's the risk, Anna? I have to prove to the people of Port Charles that I'm a productive member of the community.
How are you going to do that?
By doing what comes naturally.
What?
Stop. I'm going to go back to working on the docks.
Do you really feel you're able to go back?
I started my career on the docks. The day I tried to forget that, you know, was a very black day for me. It was the beginning of my road to ruin. You know that.
Yeah. I know you're right. I hate to postpone our plans anymore. God knows when we'll get married.
I still have 4 months of probation to serve, Annie. I don't want you to marry a parolee. That's not the way we should start our married life, you know.
I'll be patient.
I mean, you don't think it's going to be easy for me either. It's what I want most, to be married to you. You know, every good thing that's happened to me since I met you is because of you.
I will be very happy.
Be happy now. We're together. I promise you I won't let anything ever tear us apart. What is it, Anna?
What about Camilla?
Camilla? Well, she must return to the convent. And her peace and her happiness depend on that.